Oh, that's gonna be money. Oh, parked it.
Cloudbreaker is pretty darn good. That's all I can say. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Dave, Ian, as always. Today we are reviewing the Discmania Gannon Burr Cloudbreaker.
It's in their sea-line plastic, sea-line colored glow plastic. Feels real nice. It's kind of a little bit tacky. This one especially kind of domey. We're throwing it about 4,500 feet elevation, about 400 power, roughly, give or take.
Yep.
Give or take the day.
Yeah, and the wind.
Yeah. But I feel like this is the people's destroyer that everybody's talking about. I feel like it has that nice glide to it. You could throw it on a hyzer and it will kind of just push and then get real stable.
Yep.
But it doesn't really want to flip up here, at least not the way I throw.
Yeah. I wouldn't say I've gotten it to flip, but I have gotten it to ride flat for a while. Me being a pretty flat releaser, I do notice it does turn a little bit, but it does have a good fight out at the end of the flight. The rim itself feels kind of weird.
Yeah, it's a 12.5 neg 1.3, but it feels a little big for me at least. I was comparing it to my Havoc, which is a 13.5 neg 1.3, and that feels a little bit smaller, maybe a little bit like thinner underneath.
Yeah. I've definitely noticed it is like thicker this way than it is wide.
Yeah.
It's not a very wide rim, but it's definitely thick. I actually enjoy it. It does have a very sharp nose.
It does. I was getting a couple early releases out of it just because of how big the rim is for my hand. And I feel like that comes down to like a hand feel thing, right?
For sure.
Overall, amazing flight. I love the flight of that disc. Very reliable. Like, if you do get it to S-turn, you know it's always going to like fade and fight out. Like, I feel like it's a very usable run for like the amateur disc golfer.
Yeah. Do you see it having a place in your bag?
I don't think so, just because of the hand feel. Like, there's so many drivers that kind of do something similar.
Yeah.
I don't think it really takes out, like, I have a flippy Havoc and a stable Havoc, and I don't think it gets rid of that stable Havoc for sure.
I think this is a pretty close replacement to like my go-to Wraith.
Yeah.
But it's
Well,
faster, right? And I don't necessarily want that sometimes, because sometimes my Wraiths aren't going where I want, and I need a disc down because I'm just not throwing hard.
Yeah. You do occasionally have a destroyer in your bag, though.
Occasionally.
Would it replace that destroyer?
No. And here's why. That destroyer is a beefcake.
Yeah.
It is a meat hook. And this is like a well-beaten destroyer.
Yeah.
Right? Like it is.
That's your bomber disc that you could throw on like the big AB line and get the really long turn and like fight out.
I really do like this thing though. It feels good in my hand. Yeah. The plastic is top notch. It feels really good. It's like tacky, grippy, but that premium plastic that we all love.
Yep. That nice like C line.
Yeah.
What are you giving it?
I gave the Racer a 7.7. It's definitely more than a Racer.
Does it break that 8 barrier?
I think it does. I think, dude, it feels so good. Like I haven't thrown a lot of Discmania.
Yeah.
But it feels so good. I think I'm like around the 8.3 to 8.5 mark.
Okay.
I'd like to throw it a little more. I mean, we've played 2 rounds with it now, different field work with it. Like, it feels good. I like to throw it a little more and like get a real good feel for it.
Yeah. I think for the flight of it is like definitely an 8.5 for me. But unfortunately, because the hand feel, just like my baby hands and it being a bigger rim, like maybe like an 8.1 overall for me.
Okay.
But the flight of this is a money driver. Like if you're looking to replace your distance drivers, like this run specifically, so good.
Yeah. What do you think of the plastic? Because I don't think they've made a plastic like this before.
Well, it's their new C line. They came out with it, I think, last year. I mean, it's great. It feels like you would get Halo kind of, or
Halo and Champ.
Champ, yeah. Like, it feels great. Like, plastic's money. The dome's not too domey. It doesn't have, like, a big shoulder on it. It just kind of barely fades up. Like,
we've nicked it a few times, and there's some small nicks, but nothing crazy.
Yeah. It's a great run.
Yeah.
Overall, definitely recommend these Cloudbreakers to an intermediate, even advanced. Like, Kai threw it a few times, and he was absolutely loving this thing.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
go out, Get your cloud breakers at another round, guys. Thanks.
See you later. Oh, that is nuked.